Alrighty, boys and girls, it is time to catch a crypto pump because a lot of things right now are lining up and it looks like we are somewhat repeating 2020 all over again. Especially, this is the Bitcoin chart and we are here and this is November. These are the monthly candles and now we're breaking out again on November. Same thing we did here. So a lot of things are repeating and it is very important to pay attention to today's video if you want to catch you a crypto pump and celebrate with us, and most importantly, make some life-changing money as everyone else hope to do in this cycle. So with no further ado, let's get into today's video. You know what to do, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support the channel, and let's get into it. So I made it simple here, guys. This is the Bitcoin chart. Now, believe it or not, I do have this channel here that shows the top could be around 220,000 USA dollars for Bitcoin. Now, if we do kind of squeeze it a bit lower, it shows around 165. And you know me, guys, I'm saying 169 for the fun of it, but it is definitely above 100K for Bitcoin. And that is very important because I do think that's the price point where everybody's gonna start to FOMO in. Oh my God, I'm missing out. I need to buy in. And now we're looking at Bitcoin at 92,000 USA dollars today. It's breaking out on a Monday. Happy Monday for those that like Monday. It's breaking out on a Monday, which means now the big boys are still buying. Today we've seen Michael Saylor and spot Bitcoin ETF inflows are going parabolic, which means the big boys are buying more. And not only that, our favorite ETH, which has been really underperforming recently, is finally now in net positive as of this week, right? ETH ETFs, which means also the big boys are buying up ETH, which all now line up perfectly with this breakout on Bitcoin and what happened at the end of 2020 and beginning of 2021, which if you were here back in the days, guys, this is exactly where it all started. And we are here as I'm showing you here. This is the November candle. We're still in November. We still have half of the month to go, but this far we are clearly breaking out in this month's in this time here. We are clearly breaking out. This far we are following this exact pattern that Bitcoin followed in 2021. So this is why it is very crucial to understand what happened back then, the sentiment in the market, what was going on, and how money was made back in the days, because I do think this is going to be really helpful for new people that are just joining here, or if you somewhat need a reminder of what happened in 2021 so that you can make the better decisions in today's market and know what's most likely can happen in the future, because that's what we're doing. We're trying to predict the future from what happened in the past. So now we are getting this breakout on Bitcoin. What does the history tells us, or what does 2021 tells us, guys, is we got 4 monthly candles of Bitcoin just going parabolic. So we did get the December month parabolic, and I'm gonna tell you personal stories of what happened here in December. Then we had January, then we had February pumping, then we had March pumping, and even April was a sideways month, but it ended closing in as a red month, putting in a new all-time high. So Bitcoin basically kept pulling in all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs until April. Its last all-time high was in April. So can we expect something similar now? We could be, right? We could expect something similar where Bitcoin just keeps going up and up and up and up and up until April, and which means now we are already at 92,000 USA dollars for Bitcoin, which means that the likelihood of going above 100K is there. It's pretty much there, which in turns mean FOMO is gonna kick in. People are gonna see it, whether they know about it or not. They will for sure start knowing that Bitcoin is above 100K. It's gonna make a lot of headlines and everybody's gonna start logging in and looking into their exchanges and downloading their Coinbase apps, their Binance apps, and all those crypto apps. And that will reflect on crypto others, crypto total market cap excluding the top 10. Now this is the index of all altcoins. It's gonna start reflecting. It's already reflecting. We can see it breaking out now again in November. Now it's a bit not as similar as in 2020, but I do think because in 2020 we got that flash crash here. We flushed the market with that lockdown thing and the bugs. We flushed the market, then the market had a healthy rally. That's what you want to see sometimes when some coin dumps and then recovers faster. It usually now gets rid of all the sellers and then it has a better pump. But now we did not get that much of a drop when it comes to others. Index altcoins have been really keeping up with Bitcoin, and as well a lot of people are now just focused on altcoins. Mainly they're buying altcoins, and BlackRock is buying Bitcoin. But what I want to say is this will reflect. So this means basically in simple terms, this is the best time to be into the crypto space buying up altcoins before the actual rally. And I'm going to tell you a story. But first, look at the chart here. So the chart is telling us that this is breaking out. We can see a clear trend break, and it looks like we're going for our next leg up, which gonna take us towards end of November next year, 2025. This is how long this altcoin season is gonna last. It's gonna be crazy. And you know, guys, too well now, you want to focus your energy and your research into meme coins, because this is what we've seen happen here in the first leg up of 2023 and early 2024. Meme coins were the biggest gainers. Very likely they are going to do the same now. And we're seeing it already now happening. They are the biggest bouncers this far. They are the ones that bounced the hardest since we've seen Bitcoin breaking up and making a new all-time high after a new all-time high. We've seen Dogecoin, SHIBA, Inu, Pepe. Now still money rotation is still in the top meme coins. It is going to flow down. It is going to send our low cap meme coins to Valhalla, to the moon. This is where the main focus should be. But anyways, to tell you what's going on here is that this historically should be the best time to buy. Now, obviously the best time was here. And I remember I made a video on others and I said this was the best time. And obviously this was even the best ever time to buy. This is actually when I got into Floki and Pepe and all these. They were at a very tiny market cap. This was here. Here again, this is August and September. This is when we started getting into other low caps here that are now mid caps and that are gonna start flying. But still, it's very early. This is the message here. It is still very early to catch a pump, but not that early, because as soon as this gonna start to break above previous all-time high, it starts to go parabolic, and this is what we're seeing here. So January was the best month for altcoins in 2021. Early 2021, this is the start of the major altcoin season. It was January 2021. This was the best month, and basically this was January, February, and March. These were the best months. Now, obviously, we still got a prolonged altcoin season. We still have a lot of money on the table to be made and all that. But this first 3 months of like January, February, and March, this is where we're gonna see the biggest rallies and the pumps happen on our meme coins. And what really got me thinking that 2020 is repeating again now in 2024 is the sentiment and what people are doing. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people now finally starting to join the crypto space. We got XRP pumping. Now, obviously, Bitcoin is pumping. And last time I met some friends and they told me, oh my God, I sold Bitcoin too early. They are new to the space. They never invested before. And I haven't seen them in a while, in a long time. And one of them told me, oh my God, I had 2K worth of Bitcoin at 59K. So they actually bought their first time ever they bought here. And they sold too early because they panic sold their Bitcoin. And now they are in pain because Bitcoin is at 92K and they could have done almost a 2x, right? Almost a 2x. And you know, for day-to-day people, making a 2x on a 2K, it's something, right? It's something for a lot of people. So this reminded me of the same stories I heard back in the days here in November, because I remember also I started buying Bitcoin around here and it was around breaking 10K. So it was somewhere here. It was right before it breaks around 10K. And I remember around all-time high, it did already a 2x. And one friend of mine that bought at the same time as me, he was calling me to tell me, oh my God, my money doubled. He was looking at this at his app and he was like, oh my God, my money doubled. And he was like, what should we buy next? And I was like, we could buy Cardano. I remember back in the days. And then we bought Cardano and we did a 3 to 5x. And then he was shocked even more. And then it got him to buy even more. And then I hadn't heard of him till the crash here. And he told me that he lost most of his money because he was trying to keep gambling. Like what the thing we see in today's market, where you see people gambling on pump fun, or like buying this meme coin, selling this meme coin, and buying every new fresh coin or any new coin, because he did not have the knowledge of, like, sometimes you gotta let your winners win and run and hold and know when the market is topping and all that. But the stories are similar. So today we got the same stories. People now missed out on Bitcoin. You can guess now, guys, retail is in pain. Retail now missed on a 2x on Bitcoin, literally. So any retail that bought Bitcoin dip at around 50K are almost close to do a 2x now. So the pain is there. They're feeling the pain. They're feeling the FOMO. And you know what altcoin stands for? Alternative Bitcoin. That's basically it. That's why altcoins were created, for people that missed on Bitcoin, and the cycle kept repeating as people miss out on every Bitcoin pump. they start looking for alternative Bitcoins. And alternative Bitcoins is our altcoins and altcoin season and the altcoin index, and this is it. But because the basic psychology going on here is they miss out on the pump on Bitcoin, they miss out on a 2x, then they start looking for the next thing. And that's what causes FOMO and causes altcoin season. So now we're having the same thing as in November. So I do think now personally, it is looking very similar in the charts. It's pretty much similar. We are exactly where we should be, and sentiment is exactly where it is. So everything is repeating here, guys. And you know too well what happened there. And back in the days here, guys, when I told you now that Cardano was pumping here, Cardano started making multiple X's and people started getting rich of Cardano. This is money rotation that we're talking about now. So a lot of people now are going to make a lot of money from Dogecoin. The same way a lot of people made money from Cardano in this rise up on Bitcoin here. They made a lot of money and they made 2x, 3x, 5x, whatnot. They started looking for other coins. This is money rotation. So people that made Dogecoin money from Dogecoin, like a 2x from Dogecoin, which is actually now what Dogecoin did recently. They will do a 2x from Shiba Inu, maybe another 2x. Now Pepe is around 8.9, let's say 10 billion. At around 20 billion, Pepe is going to do 2x for all the retail that are buying now. So a 2x is what retail actually gets surprised by, right? They put like $1,000, it becomes $2,000. They're so shocked by it that they look for the next thing. That's what they do, right? Because it's the first time. It's like crypto is like that. Crypto gives you, like, if you're a beginner, it gives you all the time a 2x for some reason, right? Simulation, call it what you want. For some reason, we always get a 2x when you're new to the space because the space wants to keep you. For some reason, we don't know how that actually relates, but people come in all the time around the time when things are going to start to pop and they buy in, they do a 2x, they sell, they're happy now, but they're not as happy because they go to Twitter and they see others making 50x, 100x, then they start looking for 100x, they start dreaming about the 100x, then they start going lower. This is exactly what happened here, guys. So what happened also, money rotation really picked on here around Bitcoin around February, January. This is February, April. I actually remember I was buying Dogecoin somewhere here with Cardano, with Link, all these like big large caps back then here, and they started pumping. But real money rotation and real alts or like low caps in the 100x stories and stuff like that, they started happening around April, March of Bitcoin top, and as well here. This is when they started to happen because this also we've seen NFTs in the crazy mania. NFTs selling for millions of dollars, like a rock picture or an egg picture or like a JPEG picture of no real artistic value or nothing like that, selling for millions of dollars. That's how crazy it got at the end, where people were looking to invest $100 on an NFT to make millions of dollars. It became crazy. This is also when we seen Shiba Inu running from below $1 million to 50 billion, recording the biggest trade in history ever, right? Including all financial assets from stocks to bonds to commodities, everything. Shiba Inu was recorded as the biggest, largest trade in history. That happened here. So we do have a lot of time to go here, and to make it simple now, and not financial advice, but this historically being the best time to start accumulating altcoins because it is about time. And as I shown you here, guys, so back in the days here, let's look at this quick. We are now here. You see it clearly. This is November. This is the month of November. So December, still altcoins were still kind of ranging in a way, not doing much. But January is when it started popping. January and February. Funny enough, I remember also in 2023, this is where Bitcoin started pumping as well. So this is the 2023 January. You see this big large candle here on Bitcoin. This was actually January, and I remember it so well because I remember everybody was saying recession. We had a lot of fear here, and everybody was calling 2023 to be a recession year, and nobody was buying. But I was like, look, even if this crashes, it's gonna go to 10k. I can buy more. No problem with that. And I started buying also altcoins. I was like, I'm not gonna wait. What if we see a pump? And luckily, I was right. But you can see January also was a major pump and month for Bitcoin. Usually January is a very decisive month, as Mondays are. When you see a Monday pump, you usually know that means institutions and big people are buying. Same thing with January. So January 2024, actually we did not see anything substantial, but because Bitcoin already changed the market structure and started pumping. So January of 2024 wasn't the greatest, but look at February was the biggest, largest pump on Bitcoin as well. February 2024. So early years, usually it's where things start to really show some strength. strength and start pumping. Also, this adds to the fact that we are expecting Bitcoin to go way above 100K. Just looking at this alone, if January is a monster candle on Bitcoin, it will send Bitcoin above 120K easily by January. Now, basically, when it comes to meme coins and altcoins, that's what happened, guys. Large caps started pumping, like I explained on the previous video. Then low caps. It always starts like that. Some people need to make a 2x to feel good about it, to like the crypto space, especially the new retail. You don't want the new retail to get wrecked. You don't want the new retail buying the top. So the new retail are gonna buy your top meme coins, because top meme coins are gonna do a safe 2x. That's about it, right? Once they're gonna do their safe 2x, everybody's gonna start talking about it. Now, you know, Dogecoin, SHIBA, Ino, and Pepe, BONK, they are listed, and now also DOGECOINE, they are listed on Coinbase, Spot. They are also listed on many major exchanges that are open to Europeans and Americans, and most of the world has access to these top 5 meme coins. Now, this means that most of the retail now today is gonna buy these top 5 here. They're gonna make maybe a 2x. Some of them are gonna do a 50% maybe on Dogecoin, maybe a 2x as well. Dogecoin is at 50 billion, could go to 100 billion and do a 2x. But I do think a 2 to 3x is the max you can make on these, as they are now have reached their max potential. And this is what you don't want to see on a meme coin or on an altcoin. As soon as it reaches its peak euphoria time and peak exposure, that means everybody now is buying, and there will be no more people to buy in the future to pump it even more. So that's what's actually happening. But the thing is, once people are gonna have a 2x done with these coins, this is where our signal that money is gonna start rotating lower, because now retail are gonna sell Pepe for a 2x and they're gonna look for the next Pepe, right? That's what they're gonna do. And I see this a mistake as well being made a lot, and people wrong in this aspect, where they say retail, they will only buy top meme coins, or they will only buy on exchanges or whatnot. Now, retail are just people like us. We're not talking about some other people or talking some other creatures. We're talking about other people like us, right? That's the people we're talking about. We're not talking about retail as them being not human or some below human thing. They are human. They know. They also have phones. They also have internet connection. They also have everything that we do have. So that's what happened in 2021. If you did remember, guys, if you were here in 2021, everybody started joining around January, February, where retail starts to come in. But retail learned very quick, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you came in 2021. By the end, or by March, April, most of you started learning how to trade, support, resistance, RSI, candles, and what is a market cap, what is the price. Most of you started learning that. So most of the retail are gonna start learning the same thing. As soon as they're gonna do a 2x, you best believe now they know how to make money, and they think they are geniuses, and they will start to learn because now they have motivation, and they will start looking for the next thing, and they will start to inform themselves. And that's how money rotation works. And now, to summarize the video, this is the best time to catch a pump. It's now. You don't want to be the guy buying later on. I don't think now a lot of people are still bearish, but if you are, just remember, we're just getting started. The last bull market ended a year later, so we are here in November, and it's actually this top here. You see this pico top on Bitcoin on others is actually November. This was November, guys. This was the top was, guys, and you can see down below, Monday, 1st of November. This is the month, and we still, the whole month still was a pump month where people were making a lot of money and coins pumping. This was November 2021. This is what this chart and Bitcoin as well is telling us, and this is important to keep in mind, because every day we're gonna have news. That's the thing, right? That's why it's people look at charts. That's why we look at charts and we look at history, because we want to know what actually happened, so we don't get confused with day-to-day price action, day-to-day pump, day-to-day sell-offs, green candles, red candles, news, this China banning Bitcoin, China allowing Bitcoin, Russia against China or whatnot. Every day there gonna be some news, bullish news, bearish news, bullish news, bearish news. But what we really wanna keep an eye on and remember is that the last cycle lasted a year. That's what we want to remember. Now, knowing this, we want to be looking at our top signals around April of next year. That's when we start to look at our top signals, or March, then November, right? Now, a lot of people are comparing this cycle with 2021, where we had two tops and then we had a drop. And I'm glad that they do that, because now I know this will not happen, right? And now I can prepare for it in a different way, as now this had two tops with two altcoin seasons. I do personally think we're gonna have something more like a 26 2017 type of rally where it just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up. Then a blow off top, right? Nobody told us what happened. Then just a sudden blow off top. Also 2017 topped around December and 2021 topped around November. So it's pretty much the same kind of time or months where we see these tops happen. So 2017 basically did not see a sell-off in April. It just kept going, right? It just kept going, did not stop. It's only in 2021 when we seen this actual sell-off. And I do think we're gonna have more something like a 2017 type of rally. So I would better try to prepare for a blow off top than a double top, right? And the last thing here, guys, where Bitcoin can go. So I do have this channel. Now I just for keeping it PG and non-moon boyish, I made this channel to go a bit lower so we don't scare many people. But if we put it like that, then the top for Bitcoin is way around 200k Bitcoin. Now we're gonna keep it PG around 169k Bitcoin, where we do think the top is at for the fun of it. But 125 plus I do think is very much on the table, as you can see now when you compare these two here. So one thing we want to look at when it comes to Bitcoin is the RSI on the monthly. It never fails, basically. The RSI on the monthly on Bitcoin, this is something that is almost shockingly not fugazi. So if we put this line here, you can see this actually marked the first top around March, April. This was the top on the RSI, but actually Bitcoin topped around April. So 2017, the same thing, right? The same thing. Bitcoin RSI on the monthly goes into this like overbought area and stays around there for a while, for a few months. Now we are still not yet there, as you can see. This is today now. Now this was a concern some time ago when we seen this top on the RSI, and it could have been a concern because Bitcoin topped literally March of 2024 around 73k, and since then the RSI also was a top and started going down, and there was a concern that this is possibly the top. But now you can see that even the RSI is showing strength, which is also another indicator that Bitcoin is going higher and even stronger. So this is not a time to be bearish right now or be really scared of the market. This is time to be looking at the market as it's happening today. The RSI is actually showing some massive strength. It's breaking out again, going for another leg up, showing some strength here. And one thing as well on the RSI we can look at here is this trend line. Now obviously the strength of Bitcoin diminishes over time. It's not always Bitcoin is going to be the strong doing this parabolic runs all the time. We're going to see then strength lowering each cycle. So you can see as well, if we put this, let me put that RSI here, you can see that we still have room to grow here. We still have room to grow for the RSI to even still put a lower high from 2021 and 2017, which means the price of Bitcoin itself still got room to grow, a lot of room to grow. So we don't want to jinx it off. Obviously we don't want to say that it is gonna happen, right? We don't want to do that. We want to stay humble and say we're gonna look at it day by day and see what's happening. That's why you want to subscribe. But personally I do think Bitcoin still got a long way to go, as we are just getting started, and catching a pump has never been this easy now to start getting into the market before the actual bull market starts, or the altcoin season, as I just shown you with others, which is still very low right now, hasn't broken previous all-time highs, as we seen previously here. When Bitcoin, when others breaks all-time highs, that's when the fun starts, and we're still here in this range. And historically this was the best time to be in the market in 2021. That was it around here. So we do have a long way to go for the meme coins. Same thing is gonna keep going right now. The large ones are gonna run. They're not gonna be your 100x or your 50x or your 20x or your 10x or whatnot, whatever they are telling these days, what predictions we got. But a 2x on these is what's gonna get retail going, and what's gonna get retail looking for other solutions and looking for other coins, which means our low cap meme coins are gonna go to the moon. That's about it here, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.